My name is Poulsen. I'm the designer of the Patera. Originally, I'm born in Germany. And when you come as a foreigner, you see sometimes the culture in a different way as if you've been there your entire life. And I have felt a deep love to the Danish design culture.
I'm Julie Richaud. I am a Swiss designer living in Paris. I am designing different type of objects and furniture and also lighting for company such as Louis Poulsen.
My name is Christian Flint. I live in Copenhagen, Denmark. I'm a product designer focusing in light and furniture. I think the biggest designs I've done are some series of large tables in very thin fiber concrete sprayed on flexible molds. More commercially, I've done a very small table recently. It's called Table to Go. I've done a lot of chairs, ribble chair, orchid chair, evergreen and rainbow chairs. For Louis Poulsen, I've done the Flint bollard and now the Grand Luminaires.
The very first design I made that came on the market was the Bioplay A9 for Bang & Olufsen. And now we have this lamp Patera for Louis Poulsen.
I had the opportunity to work on a different type of objects, such as vases in glass or objects in ceramics, but also more industrial projects for companies such as LSE and also galleries for limited edition pieces.
Light is very important. Actually, we would die without light. We'll get very depressed without light. We can't orientate ourselves in the world without light. On an everyday level, when we go to the supermarket and have to get some stuff to eat, if the light is wrong, things will look wrong. Meat will look purple and not red. Salad will look blue and not green.
I think it's incredible the way it interacts with our surrounding, and it can really change the way we feel in a space.
For us in the Scandinavian countries, we have these very dark winters. We prefer warm light, cozy light, like fire or candles. But light, no matter where you are from, is a very important thing.
I think I have to disappoint you, there is no perfect light. I think there's a lot of good light, but to different situations. People, they are different. Some they like warmer light, some like colder light, some like brighter light, some like dim light.
The perfect lamp, in my mind, is naturally. It should make the space beautiful. And of course it should be beautiful by itself, but the most important thing, it should make people beautiful and make people feel comfortable.
I think natural light is the perfect light. A perfect lamp should just bring the light it needs to bring, but also bring something to the space where it is displayed. And I think it's also important that the lamp looks good when it's turned on, but also when it's turned off. I think designing an object is not an easy task because there is many kind of parameters that need to be accorded. But at the end, this should not be visible in the object. I think the object should just look natural.
I think good design is design which doesn't pretend to be something. It's something which is honest, which has a long-lasting value, and which needs absolutely no explanation.
I guess as a designer, I see myself as a cook at a restaurant that has to make or invent a new dish. In the end, it should be good for the eyes, it should be good for the stomach, it should be good for the taste buds. People should have a good experience.
For Louis Poulsen, I've designed the Patera. In many ways, it's a very basic lamp. It's this circular, it's a sphere, but then it also has this fascinating geometry. It can be something you focus on, but it can also be something which just is there. I had this idea of making something which is really essential about light. So what is the most essential light we all know? Well, it's the sun. How does the sun look? The sun is just a ball, it's a sphere. If you look at how does all life grow, it all grows in a special pattern, which is called the Fibonacci pattern. You find it in the human proportions, you find in lots of proportions in nature.
I have designed a skyline, which is a very large pendant for large spaces. It is composed of different curve sheets, so it is just one simple element that is repeated around the light source. I mainly start by doing drawing, and quite fast I start with a mock-up, quite simple mock-up, just to see how the light can react. When the design was almost there, we start the collaboration with the engineer team that make the lamp works better with the light, because the light was very specific. It's a very strong LED.
The designs I've made for Louis Poulsen is a family of luminaires targeted for the professional market and big spaces. The family is called Grand, and this is because it's really big. They're all free-hanging lamps, but they can also be ceiling mounted, and the two smallest can also be wall mounted. Both I and Louis Poulsen, we had to touch new ground to make these very big objects, so we had to get into new technologies. You definitely use Grand if you want a lot of light, and if you have big spaces and you need extra volume somehow or another. You can also mix the sizes and create variations, different light intensities in a room.
So the function of this lamp is to provide direct lighting on the floor in large spaces, but also to create ambient lighting. I think it's there's these two types of light in this lamp.
A lamp should of course give a nice light to the space where it is. This one is a lamp which could be a centerpiece, but it can also give direct light on a table surface. Some lamps need a spot on the lamp to see the lamp, but this one is made in such a way that each millimeter is lit up by itself.
The main light-emitting surface of the lamp has been drawn back into the light fixture. This is to create comfort for the eye, to avoid glare. It's to make the luminaire more discreet in space.
I used the principles, or we used the principle from Poul Henningsen, who makes sure that you never get glared by the light bulb. We took it to the next level somehow. We open it up downwards. So here you can see directly in, and then here you can't see anything anymore. And this was to make sure that if it's over a table, then you get the direct light on the table. But you don't get glared if you see it from a long distance.
The light in this lamp is quite comfortable because it gives efficient lighting on the floor. It gives the right amount of light it needs to have in a large space, but in the same time you don't see the light source. The lamp itself is no symmetric, it's different from all angles, so it's not going to be too monotone to have this repetition of one lamp. It's going to bring a little variation, and this will make the ambience more rich and more nice, I think.
You can see the lamp from all different angles. It hasn't got a backside to it. Grand is one big dish or plate of light. All the roundings, openings, small curves are a way to present light.
An open fireplace in a house, you use it because it gives a very cozy atmosphere and you are very familiar with it, but at the same time you don't know how it looks the next second. A lamp is somehow about the same. It's not just about making light, it's also very much about creating atmosphere.